So are we supposed to start the podcast?
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Patriots, gay triots, black triots, brown triots, they triots.
Fuck off!
Welcome to America's top DEI podcast. Pumps, what have you had it with?
Okay, we have talked about airport stuff. You talked about the BO in an airport. What I've had it with, and I mean had it, is people that do not cover their feet in an airport. And so I have a visual aid from my trip that I just took. This person and these feet with those toenails, that is so fucking gross. He sat right across from me the whole time. I don't even have a sick stomach. And I was a little bit nauseous the entire time. Cover your feet. If your toes look like that, cover your feet. If you cannot do it for yourself and you think that's fine to roll around with those feet, do it for everybody else, because that is disgusting.
Listener, for those of you that are listening, let me describe what you're seeing. Kylie, if you'll pop that back up. What we have here is a SpongeBob slide. And we have some toes that are as yellow as SpongeBob. And the big toe nail looks to be, I would say, an inch too long. We've got crusty discoloration. Just a trim would have helped the situation immensely. But I agree, that's a travesty.
It's a travesty. And here's the thing. I thought, why did he do that? He was with a wife. I scouted both their fingers. They were laying all over each other. I'm like, why hasn't she told him he has to cut those? Like, there were so many questions. My head spun the whole flight because I was just like, why does he have that? Why has she not told him? Why am I seeing it? All of these things are spinning in my head the whole trip. It's gross.
Yeah, it is. Just flying has just really gone downhill. I mean, it has just really, really gone downhill. I'm all for like an athleisure look. I always, if I'm wearing sandals on the plane, I always grab a pair of socks and stick them in my purse because my feet get really cold on airplanes. And, sometimes you have a sandal look for the day. That SpongeBob sandal look was, we need to call the fashion police and enforce an absolute arrest immediately. I don't even know that a ticket would suffice.
No, it's
this
incarceration.
Person needs to be, come straight to jail. I think we could probably go past the trial, just an immediate incarceration for that egregious fashion violation. That is really bad.
It's bad, really bad.
Okay. Let me tell you what I've had it with. I've had it with how stupid Fox News is. So, listener, y'all probably saw that we went viral, and it was over me telling all of the white triple Trumpers that like to go eat Mexican food, that love their gay hairdresser, that they should be banned, that they should be boycotted. Okay. We literally have a fascist takeover. The president of the United States, Cankles McTaco Tits, acts as though he just got a day pass from either a psychiatric center or the memory care wing of a nursing home. He's slurring. He is trying to declare martial law in D.C. He's saying he's going to Russia when he's actually going to Alaska. He's ass deep in the Epstein files and all of this stuff. There's a lot of news to report. His Secretary of Defense just regrammed or retweeted somebody that wants to do away with the 19th Amendment, which gives women the right to vote. So there's a lot of newsworthy stuff. Well, what do? They spend all day one day talking about a 51-year-old podcaster, that's me, and a 45-second viral clip that I had as though that is newsworthy. And here's why. Because it triggered them. Because the list of things that MAGA people are triggered by just grows by the day. It started with drag queens and story hours. Oh my God, terrifying. Scared to death. They're scared of blue cities. They're scared of trans people. They're scared of teachers' unions. They're scared of gay people. They're scared of lesbians. They're scared of immigrants. They're scared of black people, who they also call thugs. They're scared of, now we have the liberal white woman. Mm-hmm. And they are just, the list of people that they're scared of is unbelievable. But here's what really gets my goat about Fox News. Me, as a consumer of news, if I found out that my news source was sued and had to pay $1 billion for lying to the audience, I would have enough wherewithal to go, I don't think I'm going to watch that show anymore because they lied to the tune of $1 billion. I actually have a billion reasons why not to watch this channel, but not MAGA. They pull up every night, tap the vein, inject that jet stream of racist bullshit right into their veins. And it is so pathetic and pitiful. And I just cannot believe that it's still a thing, that people are that fucking dumb. It's so bad that Sean Hannity, in deposition, basically said he thought Trump was a lying nut. Laura Ingraham comes out in this lawsuit, says Trump is a lying nut. Tucker Carlson says he can't stand the guy. All of this is all over the news. All of it is all over the news that these people lie constantly. They had to pay out a settlement of $1 billion. And these dipshits still pull up every night and think they're so goddamn smart by watching it. It just blows my mind.
Well, I think that what they have in common with Fox News is hate, racism, misogyny, and it's a steady diet of misogyny and racism. And when there's anything inconvenient to talk about, for example, that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files, what do they talk about? Biden. If there's anything, Trump is declaring martial law in a U.S. city, and he's militarizing the United States armed forces against American cities. What are they going to talk about? Jennifer Welch. And that tells me that, A, they know how bad it is, because Rupert Murdoch, we know he does. He's got the Wall Street Journal proving every day he knows exactly what's going on in reality. But he serves up delusion for the craven. And you're a much easier target than Trump, and telling these people that streamline hate and racism that we're losing the dollar. We are losing the American brand. The economy is in the shitter. It's easier to talk about you and Joe Biden than it is to actually reveal the facts to these people. Because honestly, they don't want to hear it. As long as you're talking about Black people and putting women in their place, they're in.
Yeah. The good liars are friends. So DeVrom texted me after the whole viral thing, and he goes, here's what MAGA thinks. Keep the Mexican food, deport the Mexican.
It's so true.
And it's so true because the MAGA people in your life, and you know who we're talking about, if all of the workers at the Mexican restaurant that they frequent got deported, but they replaced them with white people but kept the same recipe, it would be even better for them.
Right. They'd like it more.
But
I just think what strikes me, and I can't emphasize this enough, is the people that are triple Trumpers that love the Fox News situation. They go in to a Mexican restaurant with zero empathy and with zero acknowledgement that they are taking, that their vote would deport these people, that they have so little accountability because of their entitlement, lack of empathy, and they think they're better than these people and that they get to judge them, and it's gross.
And I do think there's also been this kind of exposure of these white people feel ownership over these minorities. We let you in.
Right.
Or, to Black athletes, you entertain us. And it just the white culture of all of this and the direct line to Fox News, I think when all of this is autopsied, Fox News's role in radicalizing so many people, because there used to be a time period where you could somebody could be a Republican and somebody could be a Democrat, and it wasn't that big of a divide like it is now. Now it's like the Republicans that I know, we know they're anti-family. Right. We know that. We know they're anti-child. We know that they're anti-gay. We know that they're racist. We know that they're anti-capitalism, because Trump is pretty much doing away with capitalism. In order to be a capitalist, you have to go kiss his ring and do favors for him and do a trophy presentation in the White House. And he's meddling all in business. Republicans used to be laissez-faire economics. Now it's all hands-on right in the middle of it. We know they're not for limited government anymore because Trump is expanding the federal government massively. So we know that these people absolutely have no conviction whatsoever, except for whatever Jesse Waters and a few other Fox personality people say to them, and they buy it. But I never understood, and I'm sure some Catholics are going to get mad at me for saying this. I never understood how when you find out that there's this massive sex scandal in the Catholic Church, that you could continue being a Catholic. Like, we're talking thousands of pedophiles, years and years and years of cover up. I just think then you realize this maybe not as values-wise isn't a good fit for me. And so I'm shocked that it prevailed. And I'm shocked that, Fox News prevails, because I apply this logic that there's a lot of red flags there. I think maybe I'm going to go do something else. There's a lot of choices. And it survives and they stay because people are so hell-bent on things being their way and not opening up their minds.
Absolutely. And I was at a dinner. Remember when Bill O'Reilly got fired because of the sexual harassment claims? I mean, let's not forget Roger Ailes, who founded the whole thing and started it, also sexual harassment. But I was at a dinner and a family member was just up in arms because Bill O'Reilly got fired because it was a conspiracy against him. And I just was like, wow, like you will deny anything to feed your hate. Your hate is stronger and your cravenness is stronger than a tether to reality. It really is.
It is. Welcome to I've Had It. I'm Jennifer.
I'm Angie, the HBIC.
Tell them
Princess,
what it means.
Oh, head beaver in charge, because I am a beaver. I attract frogs. I support Canada, and I will build a dam anytime.
I like it. All right. Let's check in with the lesbians. Kylie.
Hi. So after we went viral, you can imagine our email inbox got pretty loaded up. And I thought it would be fun today to read a couple of them that are appropriate enough to read on air, because most of them are too awful for us to read.
I want to say this. Every time we've gone viral on Fox or in right-wing media, one thing I think the public needs to know is if you're a woman, you receive threats, a sustained threat of sexual violence.
Yeah.
In your DMs, on your messages, in your email. They try to find your phone number, and it is very descriptive sexual violence that these MAGA people wish upon you and threaten to do to you. They even find out who your children are and try to go after them. And that's who your peers are, Fox viewers. So when you're Bible study with all your white friends, just know that you vote with and live in a tent with a bunch of sexual predators. And I just want to say this again. I've said it on our other podcast. MAGA is the party of sexual depravity. She was talking about a family member that was completely fine with Bill O'Reilly being a sexual predator and actually wanted to pray for him, because MAGA is the party of sexual depravity. MAGA is anti-family. MAGA is anti-child. MAGA is a party that covers up and protects sexual predators always. You never see them defend the victim.
And they never take the side of the woman. So it surprises me zero that these people have like Bibles and on their Instagram bios, and I'm sure in their email boxes, like John 3:16 and all that. But women are disposable. It's patriarchal by design, all this Christian stuff. Women are disposable. So wishing a man that sends you that stuff in this weenie sphere, what do you call it? Whiner sphere?
Winosphere.
The winosphere. They think they have a right to say that to you because you're a woman and all you're good for is breeding. It's fucking ridiculous.
Let me ask you this. I was no biblical scholar. Do you know what John 3:16 is?
I do.
What is it?
For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, and whoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. Nailed it. Nailed it.
I don't think I could forget that if I tried.
No, that's like indoctrinated.
Is that like, see, I would have no idea what that is.
That's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yeah.
That's the same. Like the level of emphasis on it.
So if you just believe in Jesus, then you can be a sexual predator.
Apparently, yes.
Per John.
That's how they've applied it.
Per John 3:16.
Wait.
For who? What was it? Believes in him.
Shall not die but have eternal life.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the reach around. That's the skirt.
All of it's the skirt.
Yeah.
All of it is the skirt.
All right, Kylie, what did these psychos email us?
Okay. Let's start with Lisa. And she says, my ass is not fat. I hate Cracker Barrel, and I am for deporting criminals that are here illegally, and your plastic face looks like a smushed Barbie. Now let's look into your illegal shenanigans.
What are my illegal shenanigans?
There are none. But I do appreciate the fact that the first thing she makes clear is she doesn't have a fat ass, which I just want everybody to know. Fat ass is like, you're annoying. Like, I constantly use fat ass. You don't have to have a fat ass to be called a fat ass. I don't think. I certainly don't use it in my vernacular that way.
All right, Kylie, who's next?
Okay, this one is from Kevin.
Of course.
And he says, hey, lesbo rug muncher Jennifer Welch, you're a whack job liberal piece of shit. Go fuck yourself.
Lesbo rug muncher. That is just, so you guys, this is the mild version of these messages that you get. And I just think like, wow, like their whole identity, if you're in MAGA, it is a full-time job. Like you wake up, and you probably, you've got to troll the socials, the podcasting bros, the winosphere, and then you tune into Fox. And then you have to figure out, like, who all am I going to troll today?
Right.
Liberals aren't as good as doing this because we have other things going on in our lives. Like owning the conservatives is not a part of my agenda. As depraved and horrible as I think all of these people are, I will vote for their right to earn a livable wage, and I don't want them to suffer. And to the contrary, because of my opinion and because of my beliefs, they want to sexually torture me. Mm-hmm. And that's the difference between the right and the left. And so these MAGA white, and I want to always say white, these white MAGA Christians that have formed this mega church culture where these kids are raised to think about sex in such a shameful way and like this incel culture that they're raised in. Yet they have all of these urges. Then their mommy catches them beating off and then they're grounded and then they're told they're going to burn in hell. Like, here's the thing, and I'm just going to go on permanent record and say this. It is 2025.
Right.
Why are we relying on a document that is thousands of years old when we have evolved past the best parts of that? Like we've evolved past of it. And another thing, the Constitution. I want it to withhold, but I think a lot of things need to be modified in it. Here's a prime example. The U.S. Senate. Oklahoma gets 2 senators and we have, 3 million people statewide. I think like South Dakota has less than 1 million people live there and they have 2 senators. California has 60 million people. 60 million, and they get 2 senators. That is not really representation.
No.
These are ways that you get this minority that's cuckoo, that's delulu, that think they have a lot more leverage than they should because it's cooked in. I think that needs to be changed. If you want to read the Bible and it gives you a sense of peace, great. The people I live around read the Bible. They're the most hateful, judgmental, hypocritical pieces of shit on the planet. Truly, they are. There are some friends of mine that are Christian light, but I don't even think they read the Bible. They just have some sort of spirituality in their life. And I don't oppose that. If you want to read the Bible all the time, I don't oppose that. Quit projecting your own turmoil about worshiping a being that will send you to hell forever because it can get jealous if you flirt with another god, which is a really juvenile thing to do. And quit trying to project all the hatred you have about that flaw in that system onto other people and browbeat them. It's really fucked up.
It's really fucked up. And mind your own fucking business. Like, don't try to save everybody. Mind your own fucking business. Stay in your lane.
Let's move on to the news. Adult pacifiers are trending in China as a way to cope with stress and anxiety. Adult-sized pacifiers are becoming a trend among young people in China as a way to cope with stress, anxiety, insomnia, and even to quit smoking. Psychologists link the habit to a regression phenomenon where individuals find comfort in childlike objects. Health experts caution that prolonged use can cause dental misalignment, jaw problems, mucosal damage, and even pose choking and breathing risks. Pumps?
Here's the thing. I'm like, for whatever gets you by, if you want to suck on a pacifier as a grown adult, swing for the fences. I personally have suffered from pacifier teeth stuff because I had to pay for a speech pathologist because my youngest had a pacifier till he was 3. So I'm just like, beware. But if I thought sucking on a pacifier would help me quit vaping, I'd probably do it. Like, I'm not that worried about it. If you want to do a pacifier, go ahead.
I kind of agree. Like, I mean, I think that there is a lot of global regression going on with our species right now. I think that, I mean, I don't personally want to be in public and see adults with pacifiers in their mouth. But in light of seeing people rounded up, deported, denied due process, sent to that horrific concentration camp in El Salvador. And I think often about that gay Venezuelan that was here, and he was here legally. And they rounded him up because he had a tattoo. That was the only thing that he did that they didn't like. Well, and of course he was brown. And I read that he was sexually assaulted and I'm sure tortured.
Of course.
At this place. And I don't want that done in our name. Like, so if these MAGA men that run the country, we all know they're titty babies.
Yes.
We all know they're beta males. If a pacifier would fix them, I'll be all on board with it.
That's a great point. If a pacifier would fix them, I would go out and I'd find every pacifier on the planet and pass them out.
Maybe they just need to suck on something. Do you get it?
Of course, my mind's always in the gutter. I get it.
All right, listen up, listeners. We have a guest today that I have been following on Instagram for quite some time. And then I show Pumps, and she's like, oh my God, I follow him on Instagram all the time. So I message him because this guy, you think we call it out? Mm-hmm. During the whole Jeff Bezos wedding, he did roll call, and it is like next level. Like he goes, and you know, this Kim Kardashian is that fucking loser. I mean, he goes at these people so hard. I can't even express how much I love it. It's just like I need it intravenously in my body at all times. This man's name is Blakely Thornton. He is a pop culture anthropologist, and you can find his hot takes on Instagram and TikTok. As well, he has a new podcast called Yestergaze. So let's welcome to I've Had It. I hope my new future BFF that I can drink Haterade with at all times, Blakely Thornton. Pumps and I need to share with everybody that we have written a book. It's called Life is a Lazy Susan of Shit Sandwiches. And believe it or not, Pumps and I have not always been so rock solid, and we talk about all of our trials, tribulations, most of all our fuck-ups. Yes, because fuck-ups are relatable and a part of the human experience.
I have gotten so much feedback regarding the book that because of my situation with the religion and addiction and all that people relate to that. So I do think there's something to take away that's comforting about it because we've all been in very difficult situations.
And listener, what we want you to do, this is the it book for summer reading. So please get your copy of Life is a Lazy Susan of Shit Sandwiches and take a picture of yourself with the book in really great places and tag at I've Had It podcast, and we will share your images with our summer it book. You can buy it in bookstores. You can buy it in the link in our bio. You can buy it at Target, Walmart, Amazon, etc. All the retailers. Happy reading and happy summer.
As my children are growing older, they're becoming more susceptible to fragrance in the products they use on their skin. And that is why I have been now diving in to what are the chemicals in the products that I use. And I am finding that so many chemicals are in there that are unnecessary. I was shocked that my laundry detergent is one of the worst culprits. So I switched to Earth Breeze. Their detergent sheets are free from harsh chemicals like dyes, parabens, phosphates, and preservatives. And they're way easier to use. No heavy plastic jugs, no mess, just a pre-measured sheet that dissolves in seconds. I feel so much better knowing I'm not exposing myself and my kids to those unnecessary toxins. And my laundry still comes out fresh and clean. If you want a gentler clean without harsh chemicals, switch to Earth Breeze. They're also backed by a 100% money-back guarantee. So basically, you are trying it risk-free. Right now, you can get 40% off with your subscription at earthbreeze.com/hadit. That's earthbreeze.com/hadit.
Some might say Homes.com is the best home shopping site. Could it be because it has a sleek, spam-free site or the most in-depth school info? Homes.com knows every parent wants the best for their kids, so they're the only ones with school and district details and reviews from multiple sources, including niche. It may be Homes.com's super comprehensive and transparent agent directory, or maybe it's that Homes.com is the only site that always directly connects you with the listing agent who knows the home best. Perhaps it's because Homes.com has the most in-depth neighborhood content of any home shopping site that's extensively researched to highlight the personality of each neighborhood. Homes.com has 22 data visualization layers, 7 environmental layers, and allows you to search by commute and architectural factors. It's the home search you've been searching for. Go to Homes.com today for home shopping the way it should be. Homes.com, we've done your homework. Blakely, how are you today?
I'm doing well, you know. I laugh to keep from crying.
Yeah.
I'm surviving, trying to thrive. You know, we're here. I'm here and I'm queer, and somebody's got to get used to it.
I'm here for it. I'm sat for the here and queer portion of the United States. I just have to talk to you about the roll call that you did during the Bezos wedding. And I believe that maybe I read that Lauren Sanchez Bezos got wind of this and maybe gave you the big block.
Oh, yeah, Lauren's blocked me. It's an achievement. It's a crowning achievement in my internet history is that Lauren Sanchez Bezos blocked me.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
good for you. I mean, you got under her skin. And I
on her wedding weekend.
Yes. Like, what are you doing? On your wedding, you're worried about what somebody's saying on social media, but I think that's just what this group, here's my theory. Billionaires are bored. They're bored. They have to go in submersibles. They have to take down democracy because they're bored. But the women, they do good stuff with their money. Melinda Gates.
Not all. There's that bitch that owns In-N-Out Burger.
Oh, that's right.
Worth $1 billion.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, she is not off the hook. That bitch wants to. That bitch wants to move to Tennessee because Gavin Newsom wants to make sure the minimum wage in California is higher, and she's just having a hard time doing business. She's worth $8 billion. I mean, come on.
I have a theory that once you don't have to fly commercial ever, that you lose your humanity. Because no matter how wealthy you are, the plane will leave with or without you. You get to smell the smells, see the sights, learn all the cheese-based sauces that are popular throughout this country. And once you can just skip all that and get on a plane, I feel like a certain part of your humanity is left behind, which is why all these billionaires are out of their fucking minds. Because they don't experience America. America is like what they talk about at Davos or like on their yacht.
You know, Blakely, I thought when I saw last week when Tim Cook humiliated himself in front of Donald Trump, this is a gay man who had an uphill battle to get to where he did because of his gayness, and he made it. And the tech world embraced him. And Apple is genuinely, like, I like my iPhone. I like my computer. I don't want to hate Apple. But I saw him do this humiliation exercise, and then I thought, there has never been an advertisement against capitalism like this. That you are less free as a billionaire, that you have to go and bend the knee to Kankel's McTaco tips if you're a billionaire. I don't have to go bend the knee to Kankles. I don't have to do that. So I'm freer than Tim Cook. I might fly commercial, but I would rather ride in cargo or hitchhike. A very dangerous hitchhiking trip across the country than walk into that Oval and pay that man 1 ounce of praise. So billionaires are less free than we are.
I always say capitalism cannot be our highest order of operations. Like, you cannot be willing to shit everyone down the river in honor of like more stuff. And I think that's what like the thesis is like, oh, in protection of my ability to gain more stuff, let's shit away human rights and female bodily autonomy and gay marriage and abortion. All because what? Because you want like the chance to maybe buy a boat one day that's 10 feet bigger. Newsflash, baby. You own nothing. That's why MAGA is so concerned with like owning the libs, because you don't own anything else, baby. You rent. You're a renter forever. Like private equity owns all the single family homes, kids.
Yeah.
Get it together. And it's truly wild. But Tim Cook, you are a homosexual disappointment. Where's the camera? Tim Cook, you embarrass me. You embarrass yourself. And my text might go green because of this bullshit. I don't want a green text. You had us. You had me at Blue. You had me at iMessage. But now I might be Samsung because you fucked it up that bad. You fucked it up that bad, Timmy.
You're going to go green bubble?
I might. I mean, he might as well be straight. Like, I'm going to kick him out. We can kick people out.
I agree.
Get out. He needs to have to marry a woman. He needs to never see a blood again, ever. That was disgusting.
He's got to go down.
He was ass up to Trump. That's the only man you should be able to be ass up for the rest of your life. Donald Trump. That's your punishment. You can only fuck Trump for the rest of time.
Oh, my God.
I just broke out in chills.
I mean, it's so disappointing. You know, when this all happened and they all started bending the knee, I thought, and like, okay, well, we're the customer base. These Fortune 500 CEOs are going to stand up for us because we're the reason they're so rich. And they go and bend the knee. But here's how short-sighted it is. And I have a theory about this whole Tim Cook thing. Here's my theory. So if you study dictatorships, they start with, like a Trump or a Putin style person. All the oligarchs go and kiss their ass immediately to curry favor. But then all of a sudden, especially in Hitler's Germany and in Putin's Russia, these oligarchs start falling out of windows and having heart attacks and they start dying, right? Well, you may remember the American Psycho Sons Dumb and Dumber of Kankel's McTaco Tits. They announced 2 or 3 weeks ago, Trump phone made in the USA. Here's my theory. I think Dumb and Dumber are going to take over Tim Cook and they're going to take over Apple and it's going to be Trump phone made in the USA. I think they're going to take it. That's my theory. Tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, I can't. That's what I really wish this was like an Onion headline. I don't know how the Onion stays in the business anymore because shit's real. Like we live in the dumbest timeline. So like, honestly, Trump phone is not out of the realm of possibility. I don't know, where does Tim go in all of this? Where do all these self-hating white gay billionaires go? Sam Altman-Fried, Tim Cook, to a lesser
Scott
extent,
Bessent, that little evil demon queen.
Peter Thiel.
Thiel.
What do you guys want? What do you guys want?
JD Vance.
Donald Trump. All of Diddy.
Yeah.
Or when Grindr crashed during the RNC.
Twice.
Like, guys, Grindr, you know how hard it is for Grindr? I live in Los Angeles. Grindr has never crashed. I have been in West Hollywood and Grindr has Chelsea in New York. Fire Island, Grindr doesn't crash. It crashed at the RNC. That intensity, that level of pent-up, intense, repressed homosexuality only exists within the Republican Party.
Completely agree.
I completely agree. I think that there's a lot of closeted homosexuals in the Republican Party, but I also have another theory that there are a lot of bi-curious men that maybe the majority of the time they're into screwing women, but sometimes when they're watching porn, the penis or the money shot is what did it for them. And then they're like, oh shit, that was kind of gay. That's what got me off. And they can't handle it, that maybe like their sexuality isn't 100% on a spectrum, that 90% of the time it's a woman, but sometimes they see a hard cock and that's exciting too. And they just can't handle it. So they want to browbeat, drag queens and trans kids and black gay men and gay people.
Everybody's a little gay. I think so much of this has to do with like shame. And that shame is largely based in the church. But I feel like if people were just treated sex the way they treat violence, I had this word like sex is creation, violence is destruction. For some reason in society, we are so much more comfortable with mass amounts of violence served to children, whether it's the Power Rangers or Killing or Rambo. And yet we see like a woman's nipple and we want to have a fucking press conference or like a come to Jesus, when in reality, a woman's nipple is actually less sexual than a man's because it serves a biological purpose. Men should have to wear bras because these nipples are only for erogyny, whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like women feed babies. If anything, women's nipples are just biologically necessary. But yet through patriarchy and through misogyny and through religion, we've told women they have to repress and cover their bodies, and that like everybody that isn't like a strong, high value male is somehow weak. I don't know. That was my TED talk. But men are stupid. Being heterosexual.
America got the Puritans. We got the religious freaks. You know, and so it's like when you go to Europe, it's not like you don't have all these Bible thumpers where we live. Oh my God. I mean, these Bible thumpers, these white women and their Bible studies and their crosses, it's so nauseating, Blakely. And they're just, here's what pisses me off. This is why I went viral this past week. All these white women around here that I know triple trumped, the reason they even halfway look good is because of gay men. They've got a gay man that helped them pick out their outfit. They got a gay man that taught them the right lipstick shade. They have a gay man that taught them the right shade of color that they should be in. They have a gay man that gave them the sassy cut. And then they go and vote against the gays while enjoying brunch on Sundays, getting all liquored up. It just makes me so goddamn mad.
This is what I think that you should boycott. We should boycott. Like, honestly, you got to show me who you voted for before I'm going to teach you a cut crease or how to contour. Or what looks flattering on you. And if you told me it's Trump, we're going to go full sabotage. We're like, okay, girl, you wear that bias cut, you dumb bitch. You go outside. This is how you trap a man. Like, give them bad streaks. Give them just like, may your face never match your neck. Like, that's the next step, ladies, is gay sabotage. So, like, if you're a triple Trumper and you're out in a coastal city, baby, it's a movement. We're looking to sabotage your ass.
Could there be an argument being made that the MAGA look, like you see all these women at Mar-a-Lago, could it be that they've already been infiltrated because their look, they all look the same and it's not great?
The gays that are helping certain MAGA women are self-hating gays, because I don't think any self-respecting gay with ability in those areas would help them, because I think that's how you get the MAGA makeup look, was the absence of gays or gays that also have biblical shame.
Okay, Blakely, what we could talk about all this forever, but what have you had it with? Like right out of the gates, what have you had it with this week?
I've had it with racists that use AAVE. Like, that is the biggest cognitive dissonance. Like, back with Racism Original Recipe, like, they hadn't, like, found our sauce, or they weren't listening to hip hop. But every time a racist says, like, we're clapping back at liberals, you're quoting Ja Rule. You're quoting Ja Rule, you idiot. You're quoting a black rapper. Or, like, when they're using, like, shit from Drag Race. Like, every time I see a Republican be like, it's serving cunt. No, nothing, no. You shut your mouth. You shut your stupid mouth. You're quoting gay black people. Stop using our language to try to oppress us. You can't reheat my nachos. Don't reheat my nachos. But yes, that is number one for me. Like, you better use the king's fucking English if you're going to be a racist, okay?
Yeah. I agree. I think there's so much that white people don't realize how much better their life is because of black people, specifically black American culture, how much soul and personality and identity that is brought to their lives. I think they're completely oblivious to it. And you hear like, I heard like the podcasting bros talking about drip. And I'm like, what? You don't get to say drip. You are not a fucking ally. Shut the fuck up and just be white and go put on your little Klan robe and, go masturbate to your stock portfolio, because nobody wants to hear you try to be black.
But I just I think that's the problem with like Gen Z conservatives, is because I think for me, I'm 39, but I feel like Gen Z learns a lot through TikTok. But I also think they don't realize they're being served so much black culture and they don't know it's black culture, which is even more frustrating when you see like a 20-year-old, 25-year-old podcast where we like, bitches don't be knowing shit. Like, what? Who? Huh? Wait, also, you're a virgin. You're a virgin that can't drive. Be quiet.
Here's a prime example. Name an American artist and a white American artist that after their performance at a huge event, it went on for weeks and weeks and weeks, analysis and reliving it as much as Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show.
Oh my God.
It got better the more you watched it, the more you deep dived into it, the more you experienced it through the lens of what it meant to Black culture. And you see that, like, at first, white people were like, this is weird. Well, then it's all over because Black people instantly got it. The shade that was thrown at Drake. I mean, and just how smart he is. Kendrick Lamar.
I was watching with my mom and sister screaming. my dad was watching in a set because my dad loves football. Me, my sister, my mom loves SZA. So we were watching in separate rooms. And like the way we were screaming, like it was the actual game. I was like, oh, A minor. Oh, oh, the stars. That's the American flag. I was like, we're sitting there screaming for the halftime show. But yeah, people got told on too because there was some shut up and dribble energy.
Oh yeah,
from celebrities that had no business or lacked the depth to even into the conversation.
Hear me out. Y'all tell me if you think I'm crazy. I think the Democrats need to hire Kendrick Lamar if he would do it. And he needs to be the advisor to the Democratic Party right now because he could have this shit handled. The messaging, everybody being on the same page. The fact that a 51-year-old white woman in Oklahoma City went viral for shit talking, was on Fox News all day yesterday, tells you in what bad shape we're in. I'm not saying my shade wasn't good. It was
great
good.
shade.
It was good.
Triggered.
It should be mixed into so much shade right now. It should have never been in isolation that big.
Why are we being nice? What is being nice?
Can we run a mean liberal? I want to run a fuck you liberal. And I think we need Kendrick to come and teach these Democrats how to handle this shit. And I mean, obviously, the very first thing they need to do is drop their AIPAC bag. And then after that, then they'll have credibility to really turn the tide against this fascist regime.
Yeah, we need petty with depth. You need to be petty with depth.
Yeah.
That's what, you need to be like, I'm coming for you, but also like, let's bring all the people. But I agree. I think it's like, give me Jasmine Crockett and Kendrick just like talking shit. Just like, like all the bangers, please. Or just like read people's criminal histories. Like just honestly, like when Pete Hegseth gets up there, just like read all his DUIs. Just like read his DUI report to him. Like don't even be topical, just like surprise them. Off topic. Oh, just like, oh, remember this? Or like all your sexual assaults. Or bring victims in. Like we need to start honestly we need to be stunt queens in this bitch. This is RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars, all winter season level shade we need at all times. But I completely agree. Kendrick being like once Kendrick gets off the stadium tour, let's get him on the political tour if we can afford him.
I know.
Right.
I know. I just think if he could sit down with all of them and tell them how to message. Have you seen like, oh my God, it's so bad. Hakeem Jeffries will do like a post on Instagram trying to be like a cool Black guy. And it's so, oh my God, it's so brutal.
Bro, just like cancel student loans. just make sure I can get married next year, make sure I can go to the doctor and not pay $17,000. Like I don't want you to be interesting. I want you to like help me live my life. But there's a way to like combine those two things that I think Kendrick could definitely help with.
This ad is brought to you by Vive Healthcare, the makers of Apertude, Cabotegravir.
You never skip your SPF and you carry hand sanitizer like an accessory, but what are you doing for HIV prevention? One way to help protect yourself from HIV is Apertude, a prescription medicine used to reduce the risk of getting HIV in adults and adolescents weighing at least 77 pounds.
You must be HIV negative to receive Apertude and get tested before each injection. If you think you were exposed to HIV or have flu-like symptoms, tell your doctor right away. More HIV testing may be needed. Apertude does not prevent other sexually transmitted infections. Practice safer sex to reduce your risk. Get Apretude as scheduled. Missing doses increases your HIV risk. Don't take Apretude if allergic to it or taking certain medicines that may interact. Tell your doctor about your medical conditions, liver problems, and mental health. Serious side effects include allergic reactions or rash, liver problems, and depression. If these occur, get medical help right away. The most common side effect is injection site reaction. Bring your A game and talk to your doctor. Learn more at apretude.com or call 1-888-240-0340. You know, Pumps, I think a lot of people don't realize what their assets are, what their net worth is, and how much money they may be able to access because their financial accounts are kind of scattered all across different places. And I think it's important to feel organized and confident in your finances. That's why I use Monarch Money, an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean interface on your laptop or on your phone.
What gives me confidence in Monarch is they were named the best budgeting app of 2025 by the Wall Street Journal, Forbes best app for couples, and named in CNBC's top fintech companies in the world.
And another point I want to make is that as a divorce lawyer, you're abundantly aware of this. Money can break couples, but Monarch can bring them back together. Monarch gives your partner full access to your shared dashboard, including linked accounts, budgets, goals, and spending activity, all in one place at no extra cost. Fights about money are the number one reason relationships fall apart. No more guessing, no more hiding, complete transparency for couples who use Monarch. Listener, don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code HADIT at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code HADIT. When I'm around my dogs, Pumps, I feel like I'm a better person because they just look at me so adoringly. And it doesn't matter if I look like crap, if I've had a bad day, if I'm in a bad mood, they are 100% committed to building me up and being my number one companions. And that's why I love Chewy, because I don't ever want to disappoint them by running out of their favorite stuff. So Chewy has just been a godsend for my relationship with my pets.
What I like about Chewy is I have 3 dogs on 3 different foods, different toys. And so I have a subscription that I don't even have to worry about. All of my pet needs are taken care of because I just go to my front door and there it is.
And that's not all, listener. You can support your pet's health. Chewy offers prescription medications, telehealth vet visits, pet insurance, and are expanding in-person vet clinics across the country. And again, the auto ship is absolutely invaluable. Listener, Chewy has everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy. And right now you can save $20 on your first order and get free shipping by going to chewy.com/hadit. That's chewy.com/hadit to save $20 on your first order with free shipping. Chewy.com/hadit. Minimum purchase required. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details. What do you think about Gavin Newsom?
We could go down that road all day. In this case, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So I like when I fly out of the country, going back to California, knowing that like they'll come get him first. I don't love his little convenient anti-trans stances to go kind of centrist. That was really shitty to me.
I agree.
But in terms of, I think, standing up to the current, testicle in chief of whatever the fuck we're dealing with, I think that needs to be the standard bearer for all blue state governors to be like, fuck him.
My whole thing is Gavin Newsom's hot. He's tall. He's good looking. He's eloquent. I mean, he's like 10 out of 10. And then he had that Charlie Kirk interview. And the way he talked about trans people, it ripped my heart out because I liked him so much. But I will say he is doing a really good job about taking a stand and being firm and clapping back, which Donald Trump is a bully because he's a little boy that mommy and daddy didn't love him enough. And so he has to bully other people to make himself feel bigger. And Gavin Newsom is doing that now, but it's really hard for me to reconcile the whole Charlie Kirk thing. But I'm going to, because I'd rather be on Team Gavin than Team Fascism.
Here's the thing. I want you guys to hear me out. This is what we have to do. And we're going to have to do big things, and we're going to have to do uncomfortable things. And we're going to have to vote for some people that we think are slightly morally compromised, that threw trans kids under the bus, which I hate. We did an episode just ripping Gavin. We were on the record for that. I don't like that Jeffries and Cory Booker are beholden so much to AIPAC that they cannot speak out about genocide with crystal clear clarity. But think about what Donald Trump did to his base. He moved everybody far to the right. And I think we can do the inverse of that. And we can get the politicians that we have, because they are who we have. Beggars cannot be choosers. We've got these flawed, warts and all, people that represent us that aren't fascist, and we're going to have to move them to the left. But the worst thing that happened during the last election is people didn't go vote for Kamala for this issue or that issue or this issue or that issue. And now women in my state can't get an abortion. We have best friends of ours have a trans daughter. This little girl cannot receive health care. She can't even go see a therapist about her transness in this state. You have Kylie, our lesbian producer, all of her friends have fled the state because it is such a terrible place to be if you're LGBTQIA+. So liberals, progressives, leftists, we're going to have to do hard things, and we're going to have to vote for some people that we think might be morally compromised or pieces of shit. And you're literally going to have to hold your nose and go do it. But we have to fucking vote. We cannot give up any more of what these people have taken from us. And we have to fight for everybody.
We can't get into the whole analysis paralysis, which again, I think is a little bit of what happened last election, where it's like, she doesn't cover everything. You can't always get what you want, but sometimes you get what you need, guys. the rolling fucking stones. All right. So we might not get everything we want, but you know what we need is to not have fascism. So let's just focus on what we need and move it forward. And then once we're all okay, which is decades away at this point, then we can fight about the nitty gritty. But you know what I mean? I'm a deeply unserious human. All I want to do is talk about stupid shit. And the 2005 Pussycat Doll performance. That's what I want to do. But that's not the world we live in. Okay. Right. So I agree with you. We have to just fight for imperfect human beings, and then deal with their imperfections once we've defeated the criminal rapists.
I agree. Right. I just think it's so important. And I think that we can walk and chew gum at the same time. We can call out Trump. We can call out the hypocrisy we see in our party. But come 2026 and come 2028, we have to rattle the cages and tell people, I get it. I don't like that part either, but this is what we're doing, because nobody in the Democratic Party wants to overturn gay marriage. Nobody in the Democratic Party wants somebody to die because their pregnancy is not viable. Nobody in the Democratic Party is going to meddle in business and make billionaires come and basically bend over for them, like Tim Cook, the aforementioned unfree, shackled, and tethered billionaire. That poor gay man. Just think about what he could be doing right now at Fire Island.
Come on, man. He's
Tim.
I want to be like Tyra Banks. I have never yelled at a girl like this. We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you, Tim Cook. And just with one little, it was like a fake award. Well, it was just, what was it, a golden eye? It was so embarrassing.
It was, I think that Trump loves these humiliation exercises. I think he loves to see people do a 180 towards him. He's like an emotional sadist in that way, because you see how much he enjoys. Everybody that works for him is on the record for having shit talked him. Yeah. Marco Rubio, JD Vance, Hegseth, they've all absolutely annihilated him. It's just unbelievable. Blakely, let's play Had It or Hit It.
Okay.
Oh my God. Welcome to Had It or Hit It. I would hit it.
Had it.
Had it. I hit it every day, sometimes twice a day. Had it or hit it, Skims.
Had it. Fuck Skims and everyone that wears them.
Okay, so I have to let you in on a little something. Skims used to be an advertiser. And of course, I followed you on Instagram. We are so into politics all the time. We're not really into pop culture, neither Angie or me. I'm into tennis and politics. That's
big
the
tennis,
list.
Ben Shelton, big win last week, baby.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Ben's bullshit. No. Ben Shelton used to follow Candace Owens until tennis Twitter revealed that he followed her and then smoked him, and then he had to unfollow her, but he still follows Vivek Ramaswamy. I hate to break your heart.
Ben Shelton, I guess he's from Florida.
Yeah.
MAGA.
You have to always question somebody.
It's safer. It's just safer in general, with the exception of Coco Gauff. It is safer in general to support the European men.
This is why I only follow women's tennis. Because all men are disappointing. Just like Jack Draper being like, I want to go to lunch with Trump. You beautiful fucking idiot. Now I can't root for you anymore.
But anyway, we followed you on Instagram, and I saw all of the Skim stuff and her ties to Trump, and then her Instagram, and it was through you.
Yeah.
And then I just felt like we have so many LGBTQ plus followers, and I feel the duplicity. Like, if people in our base, if she's supporting all this bigotry, I don't want to take her money. There's a million other advertisers we can do. So we canceled their ad. And you know what? I have to give credit where credit is due. The people that worked for her, they were one of our best partners.
Yes.
They would send us products and all of this stuff. But like, why does Kim, this is what pisses me off about Kim Kardashian. Your product is panties and bras. The most intimate thing a woman can put on her body. And then women in these red states, Kim Kardashian, go to the OBGYN, a very private, personal matter, and they have these crusty old pink arm white men politicians that want to be right up in that pap smear, and they want to be right up in the vaginal ultrasound. And then they have to experience something that they didn't choose to have, like complications with a pregnancy. Maybe they were raped. Maybe they're victims of incest. And you side as a woman who sells panties that touch the vaginas and the tatas of all these women, and you side with these Christian nationalist weirdos. It pisses me off. And you know what I want in response to all of this? I want masturbation sperm accountability. I want to know where all this semen's going.
Yeah.
Truly, that like fucking Legally Blonde. Every whatever jack off, that's abandonment. That's reckless abandonment. Okay. Cool. That's a child.
Yeah.
Sure, bro. Like, yeah, keep it in your pants.
Throw in some porn history too. There's a bunch of people that I think are naughty.
Honestly, that should be the next thing we do as Democrats. Be like, search history.
Yeah. Totally. If you're out there bashing the LGBTQIA plus community, we want to see your search history, your porn
your
history.
browser history searcher.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I would just think a panty and bra company for women should be the biggest supporter of women's health issues. It's just, to me, those two things would go hand in hand. But what do I know? I'm just a dipshit podcaster. Okay, next up, had it or hit it, James Cameron.
Oh, had it. So tired of you.
What's he done?
I'm so tired of straight white directors over 50 repeating themselves and taking up all the capital to make more films. Like, I don't need 4 more avatars for $1 billion. Also, his 4 themes are Native communities, boats, aliens, robots in some combination. I don't need it anymore. We've seen it twice. I feel like this weird thing where especially like boomers, Anna Wintour included, because the attention-based economy, are addicted to relevance. And where you saw the previous generation, like at 70, like go usher in the new generation. They're like, no, I'm going to stay here with my crusty, dusty 80-year-old ass and serve you the same fucking bullshit I've served you with a slightly different ending 17 times. And it's going to cost $300 million because you could have made 10 films by Black, queer, or female directors for that amount of money and probably made the same thing back in Moneyball. But no, we're going to put it all in this old, crusty, white, heterosexual basket and get this, and not even get an original story. Why?
That's a really good point. Yeah. I hadn't thought about that they used to usher in young and had little, pass the torch. And now they're working. People, I mean, what happened? Like, Why isn't why
Martin
aren't they
Scorsese,
retiring?
sit down, Martin Scorsese. I never want to see a movie about gangsters again. You've done it 10 times. You're so old. You're
Okay.
so old.
Had it or hit it, unsupervised straight men.
Oh, had it. Straight men should not be allowed to do anything. Run for office, drive cars, take medicine, have caffeine, hold the remote, have a dog. If there's not a girl or a gay within like a 5-foot radius, don't let them do it. We need a girl or a gay in the car to be like, stop it. No, put your glasses on. You don't know where you're going.
A lot of bad ideas come out of unsupervised straight right now.
A lot of bad. What have they given us unsupervised that has ever been good in this world?
Yeah, I'm going through a lot with my straight husband. He's a total hypochondriac. I've been going through all of that with him. But recently, like, he has some crossbody bags that he'll carry all of his stuff in because he requires a lot of things. He has like these nicotine pouches. He has eyeglasses, he has sunglasses, he has the cleaner for him, just a lot of things he has to schlep. And then when we go somewhere, like we went to an engagement party the other night, he doesn't bring his little bag. He wants me to carry everything. So he starts passing stuff over to me and then takes over my purse. You guys, when you've been with somebody for 25 years, the slightest thing can just really send you orbit. When he passed me those snooze, and I had this really cute little white purse, and I didn't have the room, and I didn't want to share. Like I want to establish a situation in marriage where, like, after the 10-year mark, you're celebrated and embraced for not sharing anymore.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I'm tired of sharing.
I love that.
I don't want to share.
We made it this far. We made it a decade. Like, get your own bag.
Yeah. Get your own bag. Get your own bedroom. Get your own bathroom. We'll have conjugal visits. All of that's fine. We'll share, pretty much everything. But I don't want to share like my purse. I don't want to share that. I don't want your stuff contaminating the interior of my bag. I don't even want to think about it. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to feel the extra half pound toting around with me.
Well, especially since he carries a Merce half the time. Like, why can't he take it? And we know it was designer and perfect and gorgeous. His bags are not like, a Walmart sack dressed up. I'm sure he looked fabulous with his Merce, but he just wants yours.
I think we need to normalize men with bags, honestly. Yeah. I've actually made fun of several celebrities on the internet, male celebrities, for being like, you have this perfectly fit, like, Bodie, like the row outfit, and then I can see like a brick charger in your pants. Just carry a tote. Just carry it. Like,
who's really good about carrying totes? NBA basketball players.
Oh,
yes.
I'm telling you that when they arrive at the gym, they are decked out. Their outfits are on point. They are camera ready. They have their Merces. I just have to give all the props to the NBA players. Like, they take that just as seriously, that step of it, that swag of NBA basketball, which I think is like a really good part of Black American culture, the NBA. They take that part just as seriously as they do the playing. And I appreciate it. And I respect the attention to detail.
It's a runway 80 times a year. And honestly, it literally is like a big thing in fashion now. And football players too, because I bought the Coach, like, I think it's like a carry-all 48 or something. I don't know what it's called. But like, it's because Jalen Hurts had it before the Super Bowl. I was like, who? What is that bag he's carrying? I must have that. But I was influenced by a straight man. So word up to Jalen Hurts, because that bag was bagging.
And he's hot, and his management team, all women.
All women.
He didn't go to the White House. Love him. Plus, he's fucking hot.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts. I think he went. Wasn't he University of Oklahoma?
Yeah, he went to OU for a year.
Yeah, and Pumps is like all into OU football. But when he got on my radar, when he refused to go to the White House, and when they interviewed him about, like, what do you think about President Trump coming, and he responded, he's the president of the United States. He can do whatever he wants to. He didn't bend the knee. He didn't go to the White House. He didn't involve in the circle jerk. He has great fashion style, all female management team. Like, these are the people that we need to be elevating right now.
That's an alpha male right there.
That is an alpha male.
That's an alpha male.
Okay, last one. Had it or hit it, the United States of America.
Oh, Lord. I mean, I think I've had it currently. Not to the point of leaving, because I'm going to get a lot of go back to Africa. Like, girl, I would. but like, I just think as a Black gay American, there's not much to love about it right now. There's like 6 cities I would go to at all right now. But I will fight for the ability to want to hit it again. USA is my toxic ex right now. Like, I used to love you, but like, I'm willing to go to couples therapy or like pound you into mincemeat to being what I want you to be. So like, I'm going to keep fighting for the idea of democracy and equality, etc. So I've had it with your ass right now. My Black ass might go to France tomorrow, but I will continue vocally advocating for you to be something I would hit once more.
I agree.
Yeah, that's a great way to
agree.
put
It's
it.
a really great way to put it. Blakely Thornton, thank you so much for coming on. I've had it. I'm so happy that like I followed you and your reads of calling people just straight up fucking losers is like my love language. It like turns me on. It makes me like realize you're my kind of person.
Thank you guys. Thank you for having me. This is like literally when I started doing the podcasting, I was like, this was a list of like top 10 that I'd want to go on. So when our producer told us, I was like, yes, whenever we need to, that is what I want to be on.
I love it. Thanks for being on. It was great meeting you.
Thank you. You guys too.
Bye, Blakely.
Bye, Blakely.
I love him.
Love him.
I just love gay men.
I do too.
You
I
know-
do. I mean, he's fabulous in every way.
The thing about gay men is they are very pro women.
They are.
And the visceral, when he said at the end, like being a Black gay man in America, it just hit me like, God, 10 years ago, it would be like, I'm a Black gay man in America and our rights are, and now it's just to know that like that is like the Fox News subject that they would really like to browbeat the most. And what a lovely person.
Yeah. Well, they miss out on so many people because they're mad and judgmental and righteous and think they know everything.
Yeah. All right. Listen, buy our book. Life is a Lazy Susan of shit sandwiches. I always do the camera wrong. And please order it or go to your local bookstore and pumps tell them.
We will see you next Tuesday and Thursday.
I'll tell you what I've had it with. Let's hear it. I've had it with that. Listen up, patriots, gaytriots, and natriots. We have a new podcast that has dropped. It's called iHip News. It's Monday through Friday, every day, 15 to 20-minute hot takes on the political landscape of the United States of America, always served with a side of petty grievances.
We are on all the available platforms, Apple, Spotify, Google, whatever you get your podcasts, and YouTube.
Please go rate, subscribe, and review so that we will chart upwards with America's greatest legal mind. Pumps, what does an eagle say?
Caw-caw!
A little bit more enthusiasm.
Caw-caw!
That's it. That's
Caw-caw!
That's the patriotism that this country needs right there.